You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast with your hosts, Emily
and Jason. Emily, I'm still disturbed by what we witnessed yesterday. I don't know if we want to give a little setup and to explain to the crowd why we were out to eat at a barbecue place. First, yeah.
I have been wondering for a really long time how the Nashville flea market is. You know, like you drive by places, you hear about places, you think about it.
I've never given it a thought in my life.
There's a flea market in Bowling Green that I've never been, and I've always wondered. So
Really?
Yeah, and it's not that far.
There's never been a flea market I have ever wondered about, ever.
Treasures to be found?
No.
Well, I thought maybe there was something. You know, I think about that a lot.
Like the Declaration of Independence.
I'm just sitting there thinking, what finds am I missing out on?
Yeah.
There's many.
Yeah, I mean,
treasures.
What lottery numbers am I not winning?
That's not the same. The lottery is untouchable. The treasures, they're sitting there waiting to be discovered.
That's true. They do exist.
So
somewhere.
Anyway,
probably not near us.
I told you, I don't know, on Friday night, I was like, what if we went to the Nashville flea market tomorrow because they're only open once a month?
Yeah.
And this is the weekend. I could have all my answers tomorrow. And you said, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So we piled in the car, got stuck on the interstate for 2.5 hours. That's not the drive.
Turned over FedEx truck.
Yeah. That was on fire.
So if your packages are delayed, they were on that truck.
Yeah. Anyway, it didn't look good, and I was a little annoyed, and I had to pee really bad.
I don't think anybody was killed or anything.
No, I don't think so. And I wasn't annoyed that...
I'm so annoyed. Why did he have to pick this moment to turn his truck over in the middle of the interstate? How inconvenient.
I did think to myself, like, as annoying as this is, it would be far more annoying to be in that position.
Unless you were just over your route that day.
When you were a kid and you heard an ambulance go by and you were with friends, did you stop and pray for the people?
No.
That wasn't a thing for you?
No.
We always did that in school at recess. I know. Yeah. So then we saw the ambulance go by and I'm like, hey, boys, let's pray for him. Because it's like a habit.
No, it was in the 90s. So, whenever I always thought just like, I wonder if it was another shooting.
What?
Yeah. They're happening left and right when we were in school. Started right here. Paducah, Kentucky.
This is not the turn.
You wanted that. You asked me. I didn't just sit and pray. I just thought, wonder if it's another shooting.
Wow. That's really sad.
Life is a 90s kid.
Okay. Well, you weren't praying for the shootings happening, Jason?
I guess I could have.
Anyway, we went to the Nashville flea market. It wasn't anything to write home about.
Yeah.
The boys got more than I did. They used their own money to buy antique hatchets.
They have been using those hatchets all day today.
It was funny because the guy was... whenever we walked up, there's just like a big old wooden box of these hatchets. And he's like, now be careful, because they were looking through there. And I'm like, oh, they love using tools and they're old.
They're like not to. So.
But then they ended up like dealing with him. They asked for money off. They did the talking.
Yeah.
I mean,
we told them
direction.
Well, we told them like, okay, if you want this for a little bit cheaper, you can ask him, but you have to ask him. We're not going to do it.
Yeah. It was
so
pretty
our
cool.
firstborn, he's like, okay, would you take 5 off of this? Mm-hmm. Our youngest was a little more apprehensive, but
he's 5 years old, so
learn to haggle, kid. If you're going to make it in this world.
He walked up and he said, "Excuse me, sir. Would you consider taking 20 for this?" It was really cute.
That is cute. That's a little overpriced, but
it was a little overpriced. But those hatchets are gonna last them at least a month.
At least
because they're going to leave them out in the
I thought
rain.
you were about to say 100 years or something.
No.
Like they should, because they're already 100 years old.
We get antiques all the time, and I don't know, lasts a week in our house. I'm like, that thing lasted 75 years.
Yeah, it's like that. The things that we buy that are really, really old had such a long life and had so much promise of an even longer life in special hands. They get into the hands of our children, and it's like, you had no idea that your life was going to end at the hands of our kids.
Not that they are intentionally breaking things. I don't know. Things just happen.
I think that's just kids. And not, most people don't let their kids have 100-year-old things.
Well, it's not like I'm handing them 100-year-old things all the time. I don't even know how stuff gets messed up I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the hatchet, yeah. We'll see. I bet it'll last.
He's already drawn on it.
Alder. Well, he wanted to differentiate. They do kind of look very similar. So Alder wanted to write his name on his in Sharpie and decided to add a few smiley faces and some asterisks.
No idea where he got that Sharpie. Not in our house.
The toxins.
None of this.
Can you find an alternative? There's not. I have tried to find a better alternative to Sharpies. Beeswax crayons don't cut it.
They're not the same thing at all, no.
Anyway, all this to say, we were in Nashville a lot longer than we thought. So we went to get barbecue for dinner at Jason's favorite barbecue place, Edley's.
Yeah.
So while we were there, we were waiting quite a long time, observing quite a few people. Anyway, Jason, take it away.
Well, okay. So there's this guy.
Well, when you order, they give you your number. They give you a number, like on a stick that you set on your table.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was number 57. Okay. There was this guy. He has his number. He goes to a seat on the other side of the restaurant.
Outside?
No. Well, not at first. Just let me. I got it. He wasn't going outside first.
He wasn't?
He wasn't outside.
Oh, okay.
He was on the other side.
Oh, he had a table.
I think so.
Okay.
I saw him. I just watched him. I have no idea why I was watching him.
We just people watch.
I felt something inside. I felt what was about to happen, I think. He goes up to the lady at the counter, says something to her. I think he's asking her about what to do with his number. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. And then
I didn't see that part.
So I'm watching him like, what is he doing? And
because you made a comment like, what kind of person are you if you're like taking your number saying, is my food ready?
Right.
But that's not what was happening.
That's not what he's doing, I don't think. So he walked around the corner, number in hand, down the hallway, out of sight, and that's where the bathrooms are. And I look at you and I said, I have to go check and see. Emily.
No, we were joking. We were like, do you think he took his number into the bathroom?
Yeah.
Surely he didn't. And we were like joking around.
Yeah,
and you said in an alternate universe. What did you say?
In an alternate universe, there is a universe in which this guy has taken his number into the bathroom.
Into the bathroom. The number that they hand you into
to
the
give
bathroom.
you your plate, like they're looking around handing plates and then taking, you have your number on the table so they know which table to bring your food. I said, in some alternate universe, he's taking that number with him to the bathroom, and then I saw him go down the hallway.
You had to know.
I had to know. So I went and stood in the hallway of the restaurant, just like I was waiting for my turn to go to the bathroom.
We have no life.
No,
so.
well, but I mean, this is worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he comes out of the bathroom, number stick in hand.
Wet hands.
Wet hands.
I saw his wet hands when he came around the corner.
He took his number to the bathroom,
Emily. The bathroom. He took his number into the bathroom.
We
were highly disturbed.
I came back to you and said, it's this universe. It's this universe. It happened in this one.
Oh,
in what scenario? What goes through your brain? You're at a restaurant. What makes you think you need to take your number, your table number, with you to the bathroom? What are they going to do? Serve it to you? It's like, where's his food? Where? Hey, you're sitting on the toilet. Hey, just like here's your pork. Here's your brisket. You want some cornbread?
Too far. So then
Not too far. He took it too far.
I know. Well, we started talking about it. So we were like, you were like, even our children wouldn't do that. Right? And
Yeah.
so you asked Alder, 5 years old, you're like, if you needed to go to the bathroom and you hadn't gotten your food, what would you do with the table number? And he said, leave it on the table. So then you asked Oaks, the 7-year-old, and he was like, well, what if
I'm already disturbed that there's a hesitation.
What if
Somebody takes it.
somebody takes it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he could kind of see it. And then I started thinking, I was like, yeah, he doesn't want somebody to clean off his table, lose his number. He doesn't want them to serve the food without him there. Flies get on it, or it's just out in the open.
No.
Like, he can't observe his food. What
He
if
went to
somebody
the
slips
bathroom
something in it?
for a minute. Minute and a half at most.
It could happen, though, that his food
So what?
was coming.
So what? So now you just have a server walking around the restaurant looking for you because you're in the bathroom with your number?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying
It's not
it
the
makes
solution.
sense.
There's no logical scenario in which you take your number to the bathroom.
The worst part is I later went to that bathroom and couldn't decide where he set the number. There were only 2 places
Well,
that the
there's the
number would sit.
floor.
Okay, 3 places. The floor, the diaper changing station, or the back of the toilet. Those were the only surfaces
All of
available.
which are disgusting.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't take the number.
And then
Yeah.
his number got picked up and put back with all the numbers and then handed
I saw a guy with number 57
to someone else.
not long after. You're like, I wanted to tell him, dude,
That's been in the bathroom.
do you need to go to the bathroom?
It's kind of like, there's like the rule, like the Seinfeld episode where George takes a book from the bookstore into the bathroom and everyone's like, you can't do that.
You can't do that. No.
That's how it is. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You can't take the restaurant number.
Well,
And
yeah.
personally, I don't think you should be taking library books into the bathroom.
I mean,
I'm sure it happens. After I saw that, I
you
was like, oh
absolutely
my
shouldn't,
goodness.
But now that your mind is
Oh
open
my
to
goodness.
it,
People take
of course they do.
things into the bathroom.
Of course they do. Oh man, you never want to take use somebody else's phone for anything.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, library books, they've all been in the bathrooms of various people constantly. Yeah. So there's that.
Disgusting start to our...
Well, I mean, I just can't imagine. I can't think, a grown man, what's going through your brain? I need to take this with me. Why? Why?
Set it on the counter as you're walking to the bathroom. There's like plenty of services.
Set it in the hallway outside of the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's better than the bathroom.
Yeah, it felt weird.
There's not eating at that at least. Well, at least I'm not taking a number.
Yeah.
Ugh. Wonder what happened to number 43 over the years. Give me the heebie-jeebies. All right. Well, anyway, would you ever move to Nashville?
No. Honestly, you couldn't pay me to move to Nashville. No offense if you live in Nashville.
I mean, you could pay me
I'm
to
too,
move to Nashville.
It's too busy.
That's funny because, that makes you very rural to say that Nashville's too busy.
It is too busy. It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much traffic. We wanted to go to the park, so we just popped over to Millennial Park or Centennial Park or whatever it is. Millennial Park.
Is that Chicago?
I don't know.
Millennium Park.
And there was so much traffic because there was some kind of lantern thing going on. You set the lantern in the pond, and I don't know.
They have a community event and 5 million people show up.
So many people. You couldn't find parking. I'm like, I just want my kids to play on the playground. And then there's so many people around the playground that I can't tell whose parent is whose kid, or are you just a stranger, or,
Or why is that one
big-
guy passed out in a heap over next to the slide? Yeah.
Terrible things are happening in cities. And I think that also overwhelms me because I'm like, there are so many terrible things happening in the city right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So many stolen bikes.
Right?
It's nuts.
Yeah.
How many bikes are stolen?
Mm-hmm.
So awful. I couldn't handle it. Crime rate is through the roof for stolen bikes.
But we were looking at a house.
Yeah.
We've been seriously considering moving to this house.
Yeah.
I guess we should give a little background.
Okay.
We've been kind of house hunting for about a year now.
Well, we house hunt for like perpetually.
But we
We're a
didn't really
perpetual
start
hunters.
house hunting until about a year ago.
Okay.
Right?
A little longer. Yeah.
We've mentioned in the podcast before that there are certain aspects of our home that it's mostly me. I'm the problem. I want flat ceilings. I've said it before, but the puff sleeves of Anne Shirley, how desperately she wanted flat
sleeves. I just want flat sleeves.
puff
That's
sleeves.
like Anne Shirley's alter ego.
I want flat ceilings. And it's not that I have anything
puff
against
sleeves are a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
than
I know. It's
flat
not that I have
ceilings.
anything against textured ceilings. Ours are just hyper textured. Whoever was
It's funny. Before I met you, I never even noticed
never
that
noticed.
ceilings were textured.
Whoever did the plaster in this house, like pulled it down and let it just drip.
Yeah, they kind of brush against your hair as you walk by. They're so long.
Pretty much upstairs because our ceilings are 7 feet upstairs. So low ceilings upstairs, and then downstairs are 8 feet, which is fine. That's standard. That's normal.
Yeah.
And I feel like so bad even whining about it. Like, wait, I have a warm home that's cozy.
Okay. No, I do think that there's an aspect of we are starting to slightly outgrow this house, not because of the numbers so much, but like our kids are getting older,
Bigger.
and just recently, relatively recently, in the past couple of years, I work from home, you homeschool the kids. We are all in this relatively tight space that didn't feel so tight when they
You
were
weren't here
smaller.
and
I
they were
wasn't
smaller.
here,
Yeah, true.
And so it
and
just
we
started.
didn't have to do work in our home.
Correct.
That's true.
And so now we have
things-
2 rooms. Sorry, but we have 2 rooms that end up like being filming locations half the time. Like this room in
that
particular.
are also our rooms that we live
that
in.
we live in. And
Yeah.
so there's like, we made our room, like the room that we have in this place, even smaller just by adding things like a podcast. This used to be a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
We no longer have this as an option for a bedroom.
Right.
So it's like, well, if we had someone to stay over, they have no place to stay.
Yeah, well, we could sleep on air mattresses.
And we have done
But
so.
like it's a normal thing for people to have a guest room, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that anybody comes to visit us.
No.
I've had 2 overnight visitors in 5 years. One of them was my cousin, and one of them was a random stranger from Germany.
Are you? No, she's not a random stranger anymore.
She's not anymore, but she was at the time.
She's a friend.
I would love for people to come visit me. I think that says something about me, though. Like, how do I not have any friends?
Or
who
does
wanna
it
come
say
visit me?
something about where you live?
Maybe. Yeah,
I mean,
nobody wants to come to Paducah.
should go to Paducah. There's so much to do. Yeah. Like, okay.
Oh, yeah, my cousin came because it was a family reunion. And he was just looking for a free place to stay. And my mom's house was already filled up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had Jenny Urch's family over once. And she has 5 kids. And they're like teenage-ish, except for one of them. But the 8-year-old that she has, maybe she's 9, 10 now. She's tall. It felt insane.
Well, yeah.
So closed in.
Just the thought of us like potentially having more kids and staying here, and then those kids growing up in this house, and I'm like, oh,
But people make it.
yeah.
And
we've
like
known people with like 5 or 6 kids or something living in a small tent,
a pop-up.
a pop-up.
It was 4 kids, and they lived in a pop-up to get out of
20
debt.
children living in a half a pop-up.
They were doing the Dave Ramsey thing, literally eating beans and rice and beans.
I don't think he means you have to just eat rice and beans. There are
That's-
things that are just as cheap.
It was kind of strange because they went to someone's house. They went over to it. someone else's RV. We were invited over there for dinner. Do you remember this?
Maybe.
And she was making dinner, and they said no, they're not going to eat her dinner because they're just eating rice and beans.
I don't think that's what Dave Ramsey had in mind.
And they brought their rice and beans as if eating her dinner was going to give them a taste of something, and like
it's going to keep them from going further into debt.
I don't
want to owe you for this dinner, so we're bringing our own rice and beans.
I remember.
Excuse me, is your casserole paid off?
I remember looking at her like, wait, this is a free meal.
Let me guess, you got this RV on credit, didn't you? What's the interest rate you're paying? Yeah, I'm not going to support this. I will eat my rice and beans. You are welcome to some of ours.
Okay, but they did. They sold their house and bought a pop-up camper
great. I think that's
four
awesome.
kids and lived in it.
I think that's great. I think all of that is amazing. Way to go get debt-free. That's an awesome debt-free journey.
Really extreme.
However,
that's extreme.
No. That is extreme. And sometimes you have to be extreme if you're going to make a big life change like that. However, if you're invited over to somebody's place, Dave Ramsey's not telling you, nope, you bring your rice and beans with you, just so you don't have any taste of fancy food. That was weird.
Okay, but anyway, so yes, it can be done, but
what can be done? I don't remember.
People living in tight spaces.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I will say we should do like a little house tour sometime if we could ever get our house tourable.
Yeah. We're not, what you see, socks are all over there. We got more stuff over there for a different project. We're not even showing that side of the room. It's supposed to be where my workspace. There's no working over there right now.
So I think we're the problem.
I know we're the problem.
We just need more space for our problem to not be so problematic.
I think there's some people that would disagree with you.
I know.
I think
systems. That's what I keep saying.
You don't have a space problem. You have a clutter problem.
But we don't have that much stuff. So the thing is, the smaller the space, the less it takes, because we don't have that much stuff. Jason and I have these tiny little closets with like the bifold doors, you know?
Yeah.
All of our clothes each fit in our little bifold
mine's
door
pretty
closet.
Stuffed, but yeah.
Jason doesn't even have a dresser.
No.
He just puts his stuff on the shelf.
It's a capsule wardrobe.
I'm just saying, compared to most people,
we don't have a lot of stuff.
We don't have that much stuff.
Well, we've moved so much and gotten rid of stuff over the years. We don't have 20 years of accumulated stuff.
No.
Like we could have.
Right.
Not 20, but because, and that's a good thing, we're actually at 5 years of accumulated stuff because we've lived here for 5 years. And, you know, anytime you move, you kind of purge some stuff and, you know, we didn't have much.
Some people do.
Well, I do.
We did.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we just need to move again so we can purge what little we have.
That's always my solution. I'm thinking if we just got rid of everything, we only had 5 shirts. We only had 5 pairs of pants, you know, then it would be good. We would not have enough stuff to make a mess. But like things just appear and you need things. Like I needed a collapsible wagon the other day and I couldn't find it. Could not find my collapsible wagon anywhere.
Yeah.
How do you lose that? It wasn't me. My kids hid it in the box car.
Today.
Found it today. Too late. I needed it.
We accumulated a box car.
We built it.
I know.
So I know that we need systems, but I've also thought like a different house. A house that sparks joy could help, right?
Yeah.
And so we found this house. We found this beautiful house in Mayfield, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Mayfield, for those of you who don't know, a few years ago was basically leveled by a tornado.
Completely destroyed.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
The downtown.
Now, not where this house is. The neighborhoods are still there.
Yeah, the neighborhoods are still there. But the downtown area, it was already a small downtown. Like Paducah has, I don't know, 30,000 people.
Yeah, something like that.
Mayfield,
10,000.
yeah. So it's even smaller
Yeah.
than Paducah. But Paducah's only a 25-minute drive from Mayfield.
Yeah.
And we are already 25 minutes away to everything in Paducah because we live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So let's move further into the middle of nowhere.
It's really only a 10-minute extra drive. I guess it was 35 minutes. Anyway.
These are details you wanted.
Yes. So this house has
You clicked play,
ceramic-
people. It's your fault.
ceramic tile roofs. Beautiful. It has a porte-cochere, which is a fancy word for a carport, but it's like a fancy carport. It's brick and it's like arched and gorgeous, and tall, flat ceilings, wood floors.
And it does need work. The whole place needs work.
Yeah, the floors need to be refinished,
Yeah.
and the kitchen is
It can
drop
be.
ceiling.
It can be a
There's-
dream.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I have a vision like I had for this house, but it's in Mayfield.
Wait, you have a vision for this house that you haven't realized?
No, I had a vision and then it didn't work out.
Oh, because of things or what? Yeah, you didn't really explain that. What does that mean?
Oh, when we bought this house, I had to sell you on it. I was
Yeah,
like, look at the potential.
I would like to show
There's
some
so much
before and after
potential.
pictures of our house.
You
because
should.
I don't.
There was so much potential. It was super 80s, shag carpet, dark paneling.
Yeah.
But to me, I was like, this is the best house that we can get, that we can afford.
Yeah.
And it was cheap.
It was.
And it came with 3 acres.
Yeah.
And so we did it. But like in my mind, the updates were going to be more dramatic than they are. Like, because I watched a little too much HGTV back in the day.
That was an era of watching way too much HGTV.
Yeah.
But like these are all people who have like, oh, we're going to do this for a budget of
and moving
$75
walls
million.
and skill.
And skill. Yeah.
So I just thought, like, I could be Joanna Gaines deep down inside.
Is she really doing any of that stuff?
Well, she has the vision. I doubt she's really doing it.
You have the vision. She also has unlimited money.
That's what I'm saying. So in my mind, I'm like, I could be Joanna Gaines. Oops, I don't have skill or money. So
it's
I
time to
couldn't.
love it or list it.
So I'm just saying, like, I
That's the
saw
episode title of this one. Love it or list it. Are we going to
I-
love it here or just list it?
Yeah. I guess what we were originally talking about was just like the feeling of being stuck.
Yeah.
Because our house has an amazing yard and our kids use our yard and they love it. And everywhere we look doesn't have the yard and it needs work.
Yeah.
And that takes more money. Right now, we're in an extremely low mortgage situation.
Yeah.
We can have a lot of freedom and
We got that
flexibility.
little 3% interest rate too back in the day, pre-COVID.
Yes.
That's hard to leave behind.
Uh-huh.
It's like I really want to trade my 3% for. Can we get 7%, please?
On a more expensive house
we wanna
that was
pay-
actually this price back then.
That's what's crazy. Yeah, yeah. It's prices are just nuts, but not deservedly so.
Mhm.
Like they're going way too high. Now this one that we're looking at isn't, I don't think, too over. I think you can get a lot less for it. Actually, it's been on the market a while, which is also a
a
concern.
little bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
Been on the market like 7 months.
Yeah.
And it was taken down after being on for a year
Yeah.
and then put back up.
But I think that's probably because of Mayfield.
Yeah, so there's
It's like-
nothing there.
Well, it got leveled by a tornado. How are they selling a house there?
But we're
There's
thinking
no government.
they're gonna rebuild.
Yeah.
And when they rebuild,
they have a lot of grants to rebuild.
yeah,
It's
it's
probably
gonna be nice.
Maybe.
And
It's still going to be Mayfield.
yeah, that's the thing. So I've been like praying for clarity, just, and it seems like every which way I turn, the answer is not what I want. So like Jason drove up there after playing in the yard with the kids. Oaks was like, but can we play baseball in the yard? Jason's like,
house.
probably not, but we could go to a park.
Yeah.
And then Alder's like, what about our BB guns? Can we shoot those in the yard? No, we have neighbors, so probably not. And so Jason drove up there just to see how close a park was and see how nice the parks were. Like, could we just pop over there in the evening? And you were like...
I saw a guy get murdered in the park while I was there.
He did not.
He just went up and it was crazy.
He was terribly disappointed by the park situation, though.
It wasn't
The
good.
library is epic.
It is.
Library's nice.
Yeah.
It's a super beautiful courtyard. Park situation, not so great. And... then, like, as you were driving by our house, there was a mosquito fogging truck.
Yeah.
And you
They
told
have
me
a
about...
great Taco John's, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Popeyes closed down, though.
That's sad. I ate quite a few chicken sandwiches there back when I worked at Mr. Cool. Spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes. It was hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they closed down.
Because it was hit or miss. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sometimes their chicken breasts were just way too tough.
gross.
You don't want a tough chicken.
That's why it's hard for me to eat chicken because
it's too tough? That's why it's hard for...
no. Have you not seen the chicken trucks driving down the road and
Tyson
you see those
chicken stuff? You're like,
just
yeah.
the cages of chickens
Yeah.
and it looks they're just crammed
it's
in there
terrible.
and it's depressing.
Yeah.
That's the chicken you're eating when you eat there.
Is it?
Yes.
They're fine. They looked happy.
No, they don't. It's miserable.
Those are
It
the
looks
chickens
terrible.
they got too big to where they couldn't walk after like 6 weeks or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd think that
You
they
don't
wouldn't be
envision
tough.
that when you're eating?
I try not to because I don't ever eat those kind of chickens anymore. I eat healthy chickens from Magny Legacy Farms.
It's actually Nurtured Lands.
From
selling
Nurtured
through
Lands selling through
Magny Lands.
Magny Legacy Farm. I have no idea where we get our meat. I know where you get it, or I know that you know, but yeah. What do you think? Edley's barbecue is like
totally pasture raised pork. That's what I like to tell myself whenever I go somewhere. That I'm like, this is not at all.
Did those pigs
This
ever
is
see
organic.
the sunshine?
They definitely were not factory farmed. They were pasture raised, and they definitely didn't add any sort of like
What
saline
a sad
weird
state we live
or like
in.
rubs that are full of MSGs or anything like that. None of that's happening at Edley's.
Man.
Their mayonnaise isn't made with seed oils.
Do you see why? Do you see why I choose not to worry about some of this stuff? Like, I go along with everything and I agree with everything and I want to eat healthy and I want to eat like non-bad things. But like, it's so much.
If you think about
If you
it, yeah,
think
it's
about it.
overwhelming.
If you think about it, it's
that's how I felt about
overwhelming.
this house in Mayfield. We go.
Bringing us back.
I
Okay.
bring my lead test kit because it's a historic home, and I'm curious about
She's
when you
over there, like,
open the
spraying
windows.
The window
Well,
sills.
if you open the window, I understand people live in historic homes, and that's fine, and like it's gonna be okay. But I was worried about the friction of opening the window and the dust that would be released because that. I mean, I literally sprayed and saw lead paint right there. That's going to be disturbed when you open the window, and we are going to open the window.
That's why I don't worry.
So then my realtor was like,
listen.
just vacuum, just seal it up with paint and vacuum it regularly, and it'll be fine. Her husband's an anesthesiologist, and she's like, in the hospital, we just don't see inhalation lead issues unless someone's really like doing work without a respirator and yada yada yada. And I'm like, is your husband the anesthesiologist, the one who would be seeing them anyway? Would he be telling you the stories about the lead? I don't know.
You know why I don't worry? You do enough worrying for about 100 people.
I also wanted to bring my neighbor's EMF reader. And, you know, there were so many things. I had Jason buy a radon test kit. I tried to tell him to leave it in the basement and then we could go back and get it so he could see it over a period of time, but he wouldn't do it.
No.
My humidity level checker.
You're kind of giving
Got all
yourself
the
away
things.
right now, like how crazy you could be.
If I'm gonna live there.
Hey, this house doesn't have any radon in
Yeah,
it.
we're radon free.
Pretty much. A little bit of radon.
What?
No.
What?
An acceptable amount of radon.
I don't like that.
Every house.
We're mitigating it tomorrow. Radon is apparently like the second
Lung cancer.
Yeah, second biggest contributor.
Ours is like pretty much zero.
That's good.
Yeah. At the basement level. So even up to the living room area.
We're moving upstairs.
Gosh. Never saying anything ever again.
When we fixed up this house, we could not afford wood floors. We have plastic floors downstairs and carpet upstairs. Anyway, I made us only stay downstairs for 3 months while the carpet off-gassed, even though I got the healthier one.
She's not joking. We all slept on a super mega bed in one room downstairs. We did not come upstairs for over 3 months.
I would come up and open the windows.
Yeah, I know.
And then close them in the evening.
There was no smell.
With
nothing.
a air doctor running.
Yeah.
Already.
When we created Really Very Crunchy, just for those of you that don't know, it wasn't to make fun of crunchy moms. The actual premise of Really Very Crunchy was we should make videos of you. We should just make videos
I didn't really
making
know
fun
there were
of you.
other people like me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they existed.
Well, you knew the term crunchy mom was a thing.
Yeah, but I
So-
didn't know that to the degree
To the degree of your level of anxiety
insanity.
and insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all started because I'm like, you know what? We should do a video every day for a year of just making fun of you and the things that you think about.
Right.
And here we are.
Telling
Thank you,
people about
listener.
our Mayfield house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If you want to live in Mayfield with us, leave a comment.
in our living room, I don't know if you can tell from our videos, our dining room table is like about 1.5 feet from the back of our couch.
I don't think anybody realizes.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no room.
We don't have a dining area, really.
There's no.
in
That's
our house.
supposed to be the dining area.
Yeah.
I don't know who designed that, made it that way.
It wasn't
it's
a
the
good
same
idea.
kind of lady who planted mint in the yard to just spread freely.
It smells so good when I mow.
Only that kind of person would make that the dining area. We do have the little nook in the kitchen, but it's tiny. And I'm sure you can see from our videos that the door to the deck out of the kitchen area is right there.
In our
That's the
house,
thing.
there is no actual dining space.
Right.
Not technically.
And one of the things that we've thought about is when you see in a video, you see us and then you see a wall.
Yeah.
There's not like this big depth because there's no depth to be had. We've filmed in 2 other people's houses who have a little more depth,
Yeah.
and we see the video and we're like, whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
That would look nice.
So that's why I'm so drawn to this place.
Yeah.
Because it has that, but it also has lead paint, and it's in Mayfield.
It is.
And our kids can't shoot BB guns
But they
or
have
play baseball in the yard. But there is an epic magnolia tree
and there were shootings at a football game. So
just a couple days ago.
yeah.
After the mosquito fogging, I was like, no, we shouldn't do it. I can't. I want bees. What about the bees? What about the bees? What about our children running barefoot through the grass?
Yeah.
They couldn't just do that after a mosquito fogging truck came by. That settles somewhere.
Yeah.
So
On our children.
then, no, they would be inside.
Yeah.
Lead windows locked.
Yeah.
But
Lead protects you from things.
EMFs and stuff. But then, so I was like, we shouldn't do it. And then I started going back, but it's so beautiful in the potential homeschool room. There's like this attic space.
There's a really
that's
cool homeschool
amazing.
room out there. Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, there's a shooting
At the
at the
football
high
game.
school. 3 blocks
like
away.
3 blocks down from this house. Made national news. Like, okay. For me, honestly.
But there was a shooting in Paducah. I mean, you started the podcast that way. The first school shooting that really started the chain of school shootings.
There was a shooting the other day. It was, it was just not at a school.
Yeah, I'm talking about school shootings.
Yeah.
We've
I'm just
had
saying,
like 3 in this area.
Not in this area, though.
No, Graves County. Well,
no, I'm just saying, I'm saying where we live. It's not like at this house that we live in right now.
No, but are there other small
shootings
towns
around.
like 30,000 people talking about multiple school shootings? Marshall County.
Probably not, no.
That's like
I don't know. I
20
wouldn't
minutes
think
away.
so.
There's a big shooting there, and
we probably have a big anger issue here.
That's what it is.
I mean, those were separated by 25 years, by the way.
I understand.
There's Heath, and then there was Marshall County. I mean,
Graves
can you
County
believe
now?
it? It's like, well, that was like 20 years separated.
Still.
I mean, come on. Everybody has a shooting every 20 years or so. No, I don't know.
We need your advice, listener.
This is why we're doing this. We just wanted you to make the decision.
Just tell us what to do. No, the other day. So my parents moved 3 houses down. My mom did say, I took her to see this house, and she said, we don't see each other anyway. We don't ever see each other anyway. And it's true. They drive by and wave at my kids, and we do go on a nightly walk, and the kids go far ahead of us around the block and like pop in to say goodnight to my parents. And then we'll come in, and then we leave. But we don't really get together more than that. So, but it is also nice. My mom has everything. I'm like, Mom, you got some tongs I can use? Sure. Can you cut the boys' hair? Sure. Can I come forage your milkweed for monarch caterpillars? Sure. Like, anytime I need anything, my mom is going to have it.
You're so weird.
So that's really convenient that I just walk down the road barefoot.
It's never, you have a cup of sugar. And it's like, no, you have a cup of monarch eggs.
She did. I swear, all the monarchs in Paducah came from her yard. There's so many monarch caterpillars. So yeah, I did, like, it's just so convenient that she's right there. It's almost like having a sister that wears the same size clothing, that you can always borrow clothes from. I never had that growing up, but I'm imagining me being able to borrow anything from my mom.
I would never wear any of my sister's clothes.
The other night, our 5-year-old's tooth was loose, and he was like pushing on it and really wanting it to come out and wiggling it. And so he let Jason try and pull it. I'm usually not a puller. I think you should just let it come out when it's ready, but he was really driven and wanted it out. So then I was like, well, let's go down and see what Grandpa can do. So we walked down there. My dad tried really quick, didn't come out, but we all just in unison started chanting like, do it, do it, do it. The whole family in this circle, rooting Alder on to pull his tooth, and he's sitting there just twisting it.
I'm adding piano music to this right now, by the way.
It was, and then it came out, and we all just erupted in cheers. It was like a core memory moment.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have happened if we didn't live right here.
Yeah.
Where we could just walk down there. Even if we don't go over there that often, sometimes we're driven down there to do things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can replace that. I don't think flat ceilings mean more than core memories.
Yeah. That's good.
But I really want flat ceilings. And my kitchen is a hallway without a window.
Yeah.
And I spend a lot of time in there.
Yeah. Well, too bad.
So I'm like, Mom and Dad, why'd you move down there? Why'd you? Now I'm stuck. Now they're stuck too. I don't think they knew that they were going to have to be mowing the lawn so much.
It's a big yard.
It's like, wait, I used to be able to push mow my last house in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I feel that. It takes me 2.5 hours to mow this lawn. It's crazy.
On a riding mower.
Yeah, it's nuts. But that's kind of what keeps me here. It's the yard. It's the yard for me and the kids growing up here. It's like I saw them today just walking around with their little hatchets and,
We told
chopping
them to
little
go
pieces
outside
of
and
wood.
play, and they just chop up wood and build a bonfire.
But I used to try to say when we were trying to justify, like, oh, we should move. They don't even use the back part of the yard, which is most of the yard anyway. Well, no, today they used the entire yard. And so they're like, I see that they're growing up. And so they're exploring more and they're needing more room, not less room.
Maybe I just need to go outside. There's no textured ceilings out there.
Wow.
Spend the whole time out there. So then, like,
Should
sometimes
just
I think
replace our ceilings.
you can't change the size of the rooms, though.
That's true. Yeah. You're not going to. Yeah. There's some options, but.
And I feel selfish for being like, well, I could get a better home. And this is my time to be the adult. Like, I get to make the choices now. But do I? No, I have to, like, make the choices based on my kids.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I value the pursuit of beauty.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Either. And,
But then I do feel bad that I'm not just content.
Yeah.
But if you can increase, why wouldn't you? But also, maybe there is something to be said about just
I think
living.
we need to live in a pop-up and eat rice and beans.
We don't have debt, thankfully.
Yeah, but still a good lifestyle.
Jason, we bought a pop-up last year because you wanted to see how it would feel to live in an RV together, and you said never again. And basically, immediately when we got home, you sold the pop-up.
Yeah, never doing that again. That was awful.
I don't know how that family did it.
No,
4 kids.
They had a better personality than I do.
The dad did leave and go to work.
Well, there you go. Pop-up's still rough.
Basically, all of our problems boil down to you live here and work here now.
This is not the first time she's told me
kidding.
this. You're not. You're not. No, I bring a vibe to the home. And it's sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's a little edgy. Sometimes it's a little hangry. And then sometimes I just go to a coffee shop all day.
But it's so funny when you go to the coffee shop, people come up and talk to you and you're like, stop talking to me.
It's happened.
Trying to work.
Every time. Like sometimes it's the same people.
Having the same conversation.
This guy came up to me. We used to go to church with him, and he said, "Hey, you done having kids?" I'm like, okay. He sits down, talks to me for 15 minutes about how hard it was after 2 kids. 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just trying to write.
Yeah.
Trying to work. A week later, I'm at the same coffee shop. He comes up to me. So are you done having kids? Oh my gosh. I said, you asked me this last time. Oh yeah, I don't really remember. And then he goes on for the next 15 minutes telling me how hard it was after 2 kids. Not kidding.
Thank you for your encouragement.
I'm not going to that coffee shop anymore.
Everything would
be
You
done
solved.
having kids?
It's probably because he lived in a tight space with textured ceilings.
I'm not opposed. I love moving. We've moved so many times.
Crave moving.
I want to move.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to move to Mayfield.
Yeah.
I want to move. I'm like, can we go to I don't know, Scotland? Can we move to Scotland for a year?
We?
Yes.
Can we just do that?
You can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, why haven't we?
Stability for the children. The grandparents live
That
next
is the
to us.
thing. We moved all the time and did all these things.
I have the itch, man.
Before we had kids, and you're not talking about poison ivy.
No. Or hemorrhoids.
But it has to do with the kids. It has to do with their experience.
It is. It's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. Sorry.
You think?
Yeah.
Because the yard, we wouldn't care.
It's all. We're stuck as parents. I hate to say the word stuck, but we're stuck in this place of we want to give our kids the best life possible. And how do we go about that? It's probably not transplanting them every single year. It's probably keeping them in a place where they have family and friends growing up.
Well, that's
a sense of community.
We didn't have that. We didn't have grandparents near us growing up.
No.
So, like, in our mind, that is something like a key thing that would be
I switch
good
schools
for...
almost every year.
Yeah.
My friends changed all the time, and I'm thinking they need the same friends all the time. It's like... But like as an adult, what I want to be in a different country every year.
We overthink everything, though. I'm bringing a radon test when I'm looking at a house.
You don't overthink things.
A humidity test.
No, Emily, you're so silly. Oh, thinking you overthink things. My goodness. I have never met more of an overthinker in my entire life than you.
You don't really know that many people.
It's true. It's true. I work from home now and have no friends. So
you didn't date that much. You married me.
Yeah. I didn't marry the crunchy mom.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope that you have a wonderful week.
Is there no conclusion to this, Emily?
I have no answers. We're going to see a different house on Wednesday. It has an AGA stove. I don't even know if that's how you say it, AGA. One of those fancy stoves.
Really, all of this would be fixed if you just had visitors. So I'm going to put a form up. If you want to come visit us, we can vet you. We'll put you through a background checker, and
background checker.
You can come visit us. We'll give you a meal.
One
rice and beans. That's what you get. We'll eat whatever food we want. You get the rice and beans. They will call it the room we have open is the rice and beans suite.
Ew, I hate it. You would get our primary bedroom because that's the only option.
Yeah, and we'll sleep in the podcast chairs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sound like we're ungrateful. We're certainly grateful.
That's what I said at the beginning, where I'm like, meh. Like it's weird because it's just making decisions as an adult, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to.
Absolutely not.
Have a nicer home,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I agree.
I think it's when you lose sight of the gifts that you have been given and the blessings that you have, and like you become bitter about where you're living.
I agree with that. I think bitterness is a big problem.
Yeah.
I think that is the main problem that you're facing when you're in a situation like this. It's like your desire, where does it come from? Mm-hmm. And are you content to be where you are if it's not meant to be? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what you have to ask yourself. And if you're not, what's your reasoning? And if your reasoning comes down to just a bitterness inside of you, then you gotta recheck that. Figure that out. And if it's from a place of just like, I'm allowed to have desires, and it's just something I kind of want.
Yeah.
But I'm also happy with what I've got. Then I think that's obviously if there's just stuff completely wrong with it, like, it's a fire hazard. And,
yeah.
And
Shirley, though, had a little bitterness about
she's not an exemplary human.
Uh-oh.
She's kind of like...
When I read those books, I see myself so much.
She's a little bit unlikable. Not as bad as Scarlett O'Hara, but She's she's likable in the sense that she's she's
not-
funny, but she's there's a reason she's quirky.
I thought she was beloved by all.
She's beloved in literature. You have to look at the characters surrounding her and see how they act, talk, feel around her. Eventually, she becomes beloved, I believe. At first, they're kind of like, what in the heck is this girl about? So you got to ask yourself, what era of Anne Shirley do you see yourself as? Early Anne Shirley or late Anne Shirley? Anne Shirley the kid, who everybody thinks is annoying, or Anne Shirley the teacher, who everyone just loves?
I don't know. That's for me to discover later.
I think we all know the answer.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a good week.
Goodbye, everyone.